Hey guys, I'm Max. I run customer experience and support at ULTRAVIEW Archery. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to set up your V3 vertical 3-pin on your Slider 2 bow sight. Once we've got it mounted to the bow, the next step is to shoot it 20 yards with the top pin. So we've got the sight mounted on the bow. We're out here on the range. The next step is to shoot 20 yards with the top pin. Looks pretty good. Once we found our 20-yard mark, we're going to go ahead and adjust the setup tape on the outside rail of the sight to line up 20 yards with the green indicator. Once you have the setup tape lined up with 20 yards with the outside green indicator, it's time to go back to the range, walk back and shoot at 60. Found our 20, we've got our setup tape installed. Now we're back on the range at 60 yards to get the final number on our setup tape. Don't spend too much time on the in-between numbers. As long as you're on target, that's fine. You really want to spend a little bit of time at 60 to make sure you're getting a solid 60 mark. That's going to be very important when we're going to put the actual sight tape on. That looks pretty good. Once we found our 60 mark, we want to come back and we want to take a look at our setup tape on the outside to see what number our green indicator has landed on the corresponding tape between 1 and 30. Looks like we're about a sight tape number 4. Once we're locked in at 60 and we know what number sight tape we need, the next step is to go ahead and adjust your indicators on your inside rail to match the pin spacing of the vertical 3 cartridge. To do that, you'll want to move the top green indicator all the way up and the bottom green indicator all the way down and leave the red one in the middle. What that's going to do is it's going to go ahead and preset those indicators for the same gap as the pins in the scope. When you do that, once you go back to the sight tape and have that on there, you'll always have a reference for which yardage those pins are representing, and you won't have to spend too much time shooting them in guessing, so it's a little bit easier. So once our indicators on our Slider 2 are set for the vertical 3-pin cartridge, the next step is to go ahead and install the sight tape onto your sight tape plate. So we were a number 4 on the setup scale, so we're going to go ahead and peel off the number 4. Stick that on there. Now we're going to go back to the sight, put this on here so we can start shooting. So we've got our sight tape on our tape plate, and with the sight still set for 60 yards, we're going to go ahead and install this back. And on the vertical 3-pin, you're going to want to line up the 60-yard line from your sight tape to the top green indicator on your indicator stack on the sight. The sight's still set for 60 and the sight tape installed. What we're going to do now is go ahead and roll the sight up to where the top indicator covers the 20-yard line. Once our sight is rolled back up to where the top indicator is covering the 20-yard line, we're going to want to go ahead and set our home stop. With our home stop set, it's now impossible for this sight to be rolled up any higher than 20 yards. So in an adrenaline-fueled situation, if you need to get back to your home setting, just unlock it, roll it up till it stops, and you'll know that your top pin is set for 20 yards. With your sight on 20 and your home stop set, the final step is to just check the reference on your second 2 pins in your vertical 3-pin cartridge. You should have a reference as to what yardage they represent on your sight tape by just looking at the middle red and the lower green indicator. On mine, it's about 40 yards for the second one and about 55 for the third one. So I'm gonna go back to the range, check a couple of those yardages, fine-tune those indicators as needed, and now I'm ready to hit the woods.